Hey guys, right, I'm gonna get straight into this like I always do. Now, I've just been flying, so I'm pretty tired, but these couple of pedophiles have really got on my tits. Excuse the expression. Now, first things first, I don't speak for anybody, mother, father, whatever. I'm not associated with, I don't know, never spoke to, never emailed, never had contact with Dr. Russell. That's this pedophile I'm going to talk about now is basically claiming. So anyway, I speak for the children who have been sexually abused, whether it's by a parent or a stranger, and they do not get listened to. They get completely ignored. So my voice is for them. I don't care about the mothers and fathers, honestly, but I am very careful what I say, and I look at fact after fact after fact, and if it's not factual, I won't say it. So anyway, first things first. I'm sick of getting messages from people who are being attacked, stalked, harassed, abused by fake profiles on Facebook. Honestly, guys, and I'll try and say it to a lot of the females who are listening and watching. Do not worry about them. Just ignore them, honestly. But I know the individuals doing this are very good at it. They're very manipulative, and I can understand how they can cause a lot of women distress and worry. Don't worry about it. But anyway, let's go back onto this little story here. It's a factual story, okay? And excuse me, because I've got notes everywhere here. Blah, blah, I've been flying and yeah. All right, fake profiles. Now, one of them that is absolutely gone berserk, this fake profile, and it's run by one of the pedophiles I named yesterday. Straight to the point, Andy Gough, all right? Andy Gough, who is an ex-Greens Parliament candidate. Can you believe it, right? And he's now employed by media, employed or something. He's got media friends everywhere, he says. He keeps bragging about Andy Gough. He's the one I named yesterday in my last post that you can have a look at. He's messaged me, whatever else he's trying to threaten me with. Hey, Andy, well, whatever your name is, Ray, Hassan, Sheen, whatever other fake names you use. Seriously, you're an ex-Greens candidate for Parliament? You're a fucking idiot, honestly. You're a disgrace and a pedophile. You can hide behind all your media friends. They can write whatever they want to write, but you are a pedophile. And you are associated with so many pedophiles. Yeah. So don't send me messages saying I don't know what I'm talking about. Everything I state is factual, Muppet. Anyway, this is one of the fake profiles, Ray Hassan Sheen. It's quite an attractive woman there. Okay. That is aka Andy Gough. All right, ex-Greens Parliament member, uses fake profiles to harass, stalk, and do everything else to women on social media. Okay, now because I'm a bit of I'm quite good at Photoshop, not really, but I've just put his real pictures there because then that's not a fake profile. So, but what I'll do, I'm going to put all these. I'm going to put the screenshots I've just showed you because you can't really see them clearly, and it's the other way around. I'll put them in the comments section of the video, of this video, so you can clearly see that. Now, you're probably saying, how do you know? Maybe it's not him. Well, ding, ding. Mr. Ray, I keep getting his name mixed up because he's got so many. Andy Gough, Greens, ex-man, blah, 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 a.k.a. Ray Hassan Sheen, messages people, and he actually messaged one person, and he actually confesses. Dickhead. But there was an article. There was an article printed in the Australian newspaper on the 25th of April. The paedophile friend of this guy, Colin Chapman, posted it and promoted this newspaper article on the 25th of April. Go over to Muppet's Facebook page, Colin Chapman Child Recovery, whatever it's called, some stupid thing. Go over and have a look at the 25th of April. He posted this, right, promoting it as this father being a victim, all right? Absolute bullshit. The journalist who wrote this is this guy's friend, right? That's why they cut the names out as well. But I'll tell you something. This is Andy Gough, aka Ray. Okay, he says there, and I've circled it, but I'll put these in the comments so you can see them clearly. The guy in this is Andy, right? Using Ray. The guy in the Australian today is me. And then there's a bit more. And then he goes on to confess more here. Blah, blah, blah. I'll put this again in the comments so you'll see it yourself. You know I'm not bullshitting. My case is reported as Granger and Granger. Now, Granger and Granger are the names the journalist used in the article I'm talking about. That dickhead, Chapman, paedophile, posted and promoted, trying to make this father, Andy Gough, as being a victim, right? And then he's put the link there. Good on you, Mr. Ray, aka Andy, giving it to this other person on Facebook. Okay. So, women, anybody, ignore these. And you know what? You should share the profile I've just given you of Andy Gough and just spread it to everyone so everybody knows it's him. Just a parasite. You are an absolute parasite. Yeah. So go do that. And that's about that. But, a different thing, going back on to Layla's case that I broke a few months ago. It's going so good. I can't talk too much about it, but I can tell you 2 arrests have been done. There's more coming, and that I can assure you. And I'm very excited, very happy for Layla. She wants nothing more than to bring those who raped her many times to justice. And that's what we're working for. That's what we're trying to do. We're giving Layla her voice, right? Fuck everything else. Layla needs justice. She wants justice. She's so determined to have all these pedophiles who raped her involved, prosecuted. That's all she wants, right? And this is a young girl. She's so determined, and I'll keep speaking out for her. So the police officer, can't say too much more. I've said his name before. Let's see how long you're a police officer for, you fucking pedophile. Anyway, there's another case, right? Another case that yesterday in my blog, in my post I put out, I actually put down that there was a report from the New South Wales where they gave compensation to the boy clearly being sexually abused by his father, right? Clearly. Now, it's another one of these names I've put down yesterday. So the mother has been attacked, social media threatened. She's been stalked by this other douchebag, Andy Gough, aka that fake profile, has been stalking his mother, blah, blah, blah. The mother's been going for 15 or 18 years or something like that. The boy is grown up now. You know who I'm talking about, pedophile. The mother doesn't want me to name names, but it is one of those names I put down yesterday. So absolutely disgraceful you are. And you know what you know what these guys do? They it gets me so wound up. Honestly, it shits me. They play the victim, right? They use the media to try and use the courts as being biased to the mothers for getting custody. Well, no, the courts have seen the evidence. You lost custody because you fucking raped your kid. And then they all get coached by Colin Chapman, paedophile. it's like a little pedophile ring, right? But it's bigger because we know it's bigger because there's more information coming in. So it's these individuals I've named, but there's more. So don't worry, clowns, it's coming. And you ain't going to keep me quiet. You know, fucking put me in prison, do whatever, charge me for whatever you want to do. When I come back out, I'm going to do the same. So you've done something horrific to children, and I'm not going to let you get away with it. Anyway, there's another case, right? Again, one of the names I mentioned is the father responsible for this one. And it's been in the media. Again, Colin Chapman has promoted this father as being a victim, right? Well, I can tell you now, from the evidence I've seen, it's a fucking disgrace. The authorities, oh my goodness, the authorities who've ignored the two children. Let me give you a tip. Let me give you a bit of a hint to what case it is. It was all over the media before. Two twins, right? Two twins. Yeah? Does anybody understand which case I'm talking about? The pedophiles watching this fucking know. I've been like, you know, yeah. The Waters twins. The Waters twins. You know what? I'm not scared to say it. Right. Let me just read you something, right? From not Dr. Russell. This has got nothing to do with Dr. Russell. This is from a independent professional. Yeah, let me just read it. I'm going to read it word for word. Let me start. This person, the professional, blah, blah, right, has had contact supervision reports. I'll read it as they've written it. I have read 93 reports by 13 contact supervisors. 13! Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13. All right. Then they've got the names of the professional, the supervisors who have... it is stated that the children made frequent disclosures of sexual abuse by their father to 13 different people. 13. I'll briefly name it for you. There's doctors, there's psychologists, family friends. The list goes on and on. In my professional experience, the fact that the children made consistent disclosures of sexual abuse by the father to a number of people additional to their mother suggests that A, these disclosures are credible, and B, they persisted in making reports because none of the trusted adults responded and stopped the abuse behavior. The behavior, let's see how long this stays up on Facebook. The behavior described consisted of. Now, I warn you, there's some pretty shitty stuff here, so turn off or turn the volume off or whatever you want to do. 1, the father rubbing his penis against the vaginas of the 5-year-old twins and making them sore. 2, the father playing with his penis. 3, his penis went stiff when the child had to play with it. 4, the father telling the children that the games were a secret. 5, the father telling the children that police cannot be trusted. 6, the father being angry because the children had reported being abused. All of the above are consistent with child sex victimization as shown in the professional literature, my own professional experience and research with victims and offenders. It is therefore a serious concern that neither the police nor child safety officers charged with investigating this case appear to have read or taken account of the reports of the 13 named people. It is especially a concern that they ignore the reports made by professionals such as psychologists, blah, blah, blah. A former employee of the Child Safety Department, thought the evidence sufficiently serious to report child sexual abuse to the authorities. She sent a copy of the child's sexually explicit drawing with the child's statement that daddy placed his penis between her legs. Now, you can mistake maybe children saying something to one or two people, but 13 different people, it's there's so much, I'll be talking for 5 hours, 6 hours with all this stuff I've got. And again, I don't care about mothers or the fathers. You can tell me anything, but if you don't show me evidence and I don't back that evidence up, I ain't going to say it. Right? Now, there's two names again, two of the names that I mentioned yesterday in the blog. Howard Furner. I hate even saying his name. Howard Furner. You're a disgrace. You're an absolute disgrace. Don't call yourself a father. I know exactly what you've done. And Colin Chapman. Good old Colin Chapman. Now, people might get sick of me saying his name, but this douchebag is connected. He sits in the middle of this little paedophile ring, right? And he controls these paedophile fathers, what to say to the media, what to post, who to attack, how to create fake profiles. It's all centered in Colin Chapman, right? I can't wait to the day I meet you, face to face. I swear we're going to have a good coffee, honestly. Everybody needs to know Howard Furner, Colin Chapman are 100% police informers. Eyewitnesses in 2 separate cases have identified them in their cases. There's no question. Oh, you might think, well, blah, 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 Adam's talking shit. Okay. I can't show you, but I have a statement written by Howard Furner stating he's a AFP, Australian Federal Police Informer, right? And it makes so much sense, right? Because there's so much to his case that is just, as an ex-police officer, I look at it and I think, how the fuck did he get away with that, right? And then the next day something happens and it's like, wow. And Colin Chapman, right? He's been seen coming out of interviews not related to the cases, but giving police information about these mothers and stuff like this. They're all so connected like this. You wouldn't believe people, right? And you might say, well, Howard Furner. Okay. Howard Furner even stated in a court case, in the court, in front of the judge, it's on audio recording, that he is an AFP informer. Now, fucking put 2 and 2 together, I can guarantee you something's not right, right? I can guarantee you now something is not right. And, there's a lot of ifs and there's a lot of why are these people not being charged, not being investigated when there's so much evidence of sexual abuse to the kids, right? And then they just act like the victims. Fuck that. Absolute bullshit. Acting like victims. It's the only thing you can do to try and hide that you're a paedophile, right? Absolute scumbags you are. And so, I've gone on a bit. Sorry. Winds me up to the max. I'm jet lagged and I'm going to go to sleep. But I just had to say this because, Andy Gough, a.k.a. Ray, again, I'm going to post all the stuff I've got, well, the screenshots that I gave you. I'm going to put them on the link, on the comments here so you can have a look and share them and stuff like that. I don't really care what people think. This stuff needs to be told. Now, I can't go on and say that, the AFP or the Queensland Police are involved in this, because I don't know. And I'm not going to say bullshit without me knowing. Is there a possibility? Fucking absolutely yes. Is there any evidence at the moment? No. But I know if the AFP are watching this, and I fucking know yous are, do your job. If children come to you with 13 different reports come to your table, don't brush it off. That's just bullshit. And I hope if someone's done that, whether it's AFP or a Queensland police officer, that you are investigated internally, internal affairs, and because you need to be held accountable. If you are not investigating these cases properly, you need to be held accountable, just like the pedophiles. Doesn't matter you've got a fucking badge and it's saying who you are, it means fuck all. You know, do your job properly. If you are protecting these fucking pedophiles because they're informers, shame on you, honestly. Shame on you. Now, fucking send me any email you want to send me, but I'm going to keep speaking out. And if I have any evidence that an officer, whether AFP or QPS, Queensland Police, is letting these pedophiles slide away because they're informers, fuck me. I'll be the first one to shout out your name. And I don't care what you do, honestly, because at the end of the day, your job is to protect the kids, not protect pedophiles, not to protect police informers. So I hope, right, it's not happening, right, because I'm an ex-police officer. I'd be fucking embarrassed. And I know there's a lot of shithead police officers. I know there's a lot of scumbag police officers, just like in every other job. But, you know, God, I hope not. I hope not. And if you are watching this, because I do know the police, AFP, specific individuals do watch and my page, and things happen after it. So maybe it's a good thing you listen to this, because you need to investigate these guys. I know what's going on behind the scenes. I can't say what's happening, but I know you're starting to wake up. And for that, I appreciate it. But if there is a fucking dodgy police officer letting these pedophiles and informers slide away, ignoring the kids, all right, I'll expose you. I'll fucking say your name and I'll put it all over everything. Do whatever you want. You know, good luck. But as long as it's out and the children are being looked after, you know, I listened to an 8-year-old boy, again, one of the pedophiles that I named yesterday. I've listened to a young boy, right, for nearly an hour and a half on an audio tape confessing that his father raped him, and every detail you can imagine, right? And you could say, well, maybe the child's making this up, or maybe the mother's told him, no. You listen to this, you listen to the audio recording, and you'll be sick, right? And it's his father, and it's one of the fucking named ones I said yesterday in my last blog. I got a headache. I've got to go. Thank you for everybody's support. To the trolls, to all these other fucking idiots, I really don't care about you. Post what you want to post. People need to know what you're doing. You cowards. Andy Gough, mate, I'm not even going to call you mate. I don't even want to use that word to you. You are a scumbag. And what you've done and have done and doing to women, scaring them with your fake profiles, you douchebag. Yeah. Good night. I'm going to sleep. Take care.